All right, let's just cut straight to the chase. If you're running a small business right now, you might actually be sitting on a massive ticking time bomb, and it's completely hidden inside your computer. We're talking about messy, disorganized, and just severely neglected bookkeeping records. A lot of business owners kind of treat bad bookkeeping like it's just a minor administrative annoyance. But the hard truth, messy books are a massive liability. They completely blind you to your real cash flow, they lead to terrible business decisions, and honestly, they put a giant target on your back. But hey, the good news is, no matter how far behind you are, this is 100% fixable. Today, we're going through the absolute ultimate blueprint to clean up your records. I want you to let this sink in for a second. Your books are a mess. You know it, your accountant knows it, and come tax season, the IRS is gonna know it too. Consider this your urgent wake-up call. Burying your head in the sand is definitely not a financial strategy. Ignoring the backlog is inevitably going to lead to severe U.S. tax consequences, missed deductions, and penalties that will literally eat directly into your profits. You can't hide from the numbers, but you can fix them. Think of this explainer as your definitive step-by-step fix to pull yourself out of the mess and get right with the IRS. Look, it's incredibly easy to see how this disaster happens in the first place, right? We've all been there, and there is absolutely zero judgment here. You're not an accountant, you're an entrepreneur. You're out there hustling, selling, delivering your services, and building your dream. So bookkeeping naturally just falls to the absolute bottom of your priority list. But here's the trap. You skip a week because you're exhausted. And then that one missed week easily snowballs into a month. Suddenly, you're mixing personal and business expenses, you're losing receipts, and before you know it, you're 6 months behind, and tackling that backlog feels entirely impossible. But recognizing exactly how you got here is how we establish the urgent need for a structured cleanup. So let's do a quick rapid-fire self-diagnosis. Ask yourself, does your actual bank balance completely refuse to match what's showing in your accounting software? Have your accounts gone unreconciled for months on end? Does the mere mention of tax season send you into a full-on panic? Is your accountant constantly begging you for missing documents? And finally, do your financial reports just look totally wrong and fail to add up? If you're checking off even one or two of these, congratulations. You've just confirmed that you desperately need this boot camp. Okay, so let's get right into the heavy lifting. Think of me as your strict personal trainer for your finances right now. Here's the first half of the blueprint. Step 1, gather everything. Bank statements, credit card statements, payroll records. Do not skip this. Step 2, systematically enter your missing transactions, month by month. Not all at once, just take it step by step. Step 3, reconcile all accounts, which we're going to dive much deeper into in a second. Step 4, review your expense categories so your reports actually mean something. And step 5, which is absolutely critical here in the US, separate those personal and business expenses. If your personal Netflix subscription is being paid out of your business account, you've got a major problem. Mixing personal and business just completely ruins your tax deductions and raises massive red flags for the IRS. Let's keep that momentum going for the final 5 steps. Step 6, organize your supporting documents. Remember, an IRS deduction requires a solid paper trail. No receipt or invoice? You have no deduction. The IRS does not care if you promise you bought printer ink, they need legal proof. Step 7, review your accounts payable and accounts receivable. You have to know exactly who owes you money and who you owe. Step 8, pull your financial reports, your P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow statement, and really dig in to see if the numbers look accurate. Step 9, do a final sweep to fix any remaining errors like duplicates or wrong dates. And step 10, probably the most important one, build better habits. This entire cleanup means absolutely nothing if you just end up back in the exact same mess 6 months from now. Now, I really want you to pause and listen to me very carefully right here. We need to talk about the heavy lift. Out of all 10 steps we just ran through, this is the absolute non-negotiable core drill of this entire explainer. Everything else you do to clean up your books hinges entirely on whether or not you get this one specific process right. So, what is bank reconciliation? It's basically the process of proving that the numbers in your accounting software, whether you're using Xero, QuickBooks, or whatever else, exactly match the cold, hard reality of your bank statements. Your software thinks you have one number, but your bank says another. Reconciliation proves those numbers match, and if they don't, it forces you to find out exactly why. It's like the ultimate financial detective work. It catches missing entries, uncovers hidden bank fees that nobody recorded, and flags duplicate transactions that are artificially deflating your profit. Here is a harsh reality check. In the US, unreconciled accounts are the #1 reason small business financial reports are wrong. I really need to hammer home the consequences of this. If your accounts aren't reconciled, your numbers are essentially a work of fiction. Wrong reports lead to terrible, destructive business decisions because you're basically flying blind. You might think you have the cash to hire someone when you actually don't, or vice versa. And ultimately, submitting fictional numbers on your tax return, that's going to lead to massive, incredibly expensive headaches with the IRS. You've got to reconcile your accounts every single month, no exceptions. Now, when panic sets in, it's super easy to fall into some really toxic habits, like trying to fix everything in a single day, which is just going to lead to pure exhaustion and a ton of new errors. Instead, the good habit is working methodically, just month by month. Another terrible habit is blindly guessing transaction categories. Just one wrong category can heavily impact your tax deductions, so the good habit here is simply asking your CPA when you aren't sure. And finally, never ever delete mysterious transactions just to make your numbers balance. You absolutely must investigate them. Deleting a transaction without understanding what it actually is can permanently fracture your financial records. But look, there comes a point where doing it yourself just stops making sense. If you hit any of these criteria, like being more than 6 months behind, it's time to hire a professional. If you have payroll records that need correcting alongside your regular bookkeeping, that's a whole different level of complexity. Get help. And if a tax deadline is approaching fast, please don't try to self-clean under that immense pressure. Panic just leads to expensive mistakes. In the US, reaching out to a local CPA, hiring a virtual bookkeeper on platforms like Bench or Bookkeeper 360, or bringing in a certified pro advisor is not a failure. It is a highly strategic business decision. So let's bring it all together. Escaping this backlog permanently really just boils down to this systematic approach. Gather, fix, prevent. Gather absolutely every single document and bank statement before you touch a single key in your software. Fix your transactions, your reconciliations, and your categories methodically, 1 month at a time. And most importantly, prevent the next backlog by establishing real sustainable habits before you even close out your cleanup. That is exactly how you break the cycle. I'm challenging you right now to take action. We've laid out the entire framework, but you need the actual tools in your hand to execute it. Head over to financemadesimple.blogspot.com right now to grab the full step-by-step blueprint. You're going to look for the post titled How to Clean Up Messy Bookkeeping Records. It's got the comprehensive 10-step checklist and a really detailed priority table that tells you exactly what order to attack your backlog in. Don't wait until tax season, guys. Go get the blueprint today. So, you have a choice to make today. Are you going to build the habits required to keep your books clean and your cash flow healthy? You have the knowledge now. You have the blueprint. Literally, the only thing left is the discipline to execute it. Stop letting messy records hold your business hostage. Get in there, reconcile those accounts, and take control of your financial future right now.